who's the greatest boxers. And there is some people that say Floyd Mayweather, but a lot of people don't acknowledge it. Now, of course, when we're talking about the greatest, we're talking about Muhammad Ali, we're talking about Manny Pacquiao, which I consider the GOAT at this moment, in the present time. You could say Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Patterson. A lot of people have their own interpretation of what greatness, and what, you know, the GOAT is. What classify you as the GOAT in boxing. Now, when we talk about the self-proclaimed TPE, Floyd Mayweather, I don't think it really resonates with a lot of people, and I believe this is the reason why I believe so. See, when we talk about Muhammad Ali as the greatest of all time, or when we talk about Manny Pacquiao as the greatest of all time, we just do not count what they have done in the ring. We usually also based off what they have done outside the ring, and that's what makes you the greatest. See, there is a category that a lot of people don't talk about, but it just is. It is a category that you have to implement in saying who the greatest of all time. You know, probably it started with Muhammad Ali, when he, you know, because when we talk about Muhammad Ali, you also talk about what he done outside of the ring and his humanitarian efforts, the civil rights movement, and things of that nature, the religious belief and things that, you know, he had the pulse of the people at that time. He probably had a pulse of Black America. Now, Manny Pacquiao has the pulse of the Filipino people, has the pulse of the coming from the bottom and making it to the top, the have-nots, and of course, you know, when he rejuvenated his and straightened his faith of Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. A lot of people also relate to that. You know, of course, religious union is a faithful union of people and believers, and of course, a lot of people like myself believe in God and also admire the people that promote God and you know, try to always praise them when the camera's on them, and praise, and you know, just making an awareness that the good things in life is blessed by God and Muhammad Ali as well. But when it comes to with Floyd Mayweather, yes, he is great technical. He has done a lot of great things in his career. Maybe it hasn't been exciting, but to be fair, it is the sport of boxing. It is a sport, it's a technical sport, it's a sweet science, and we all understand that. And probably it wasn't exciting for all the fans, but he did what he had to do in his way. Well, I don't consider him the greatest of all time, or probably one of the top five or things of that nature, is because there is something that you have to count. You know, I don't know who made up the rule, but it's just it is what it is. He does not have the pulse of the people. Maybe he have the eyes of the people, but it's to watch him fail, not watch him be victorious. Now, in his eyes, in Floyd Mayweather's eyes, if I got the eye, I got the eye. You know, there's a saying that bad publicity is good publicity. Well, in my opinion, my humble opinion, it's not good publicity, because it's not good publicity for the people. You know, you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't uplift anybody. It doesn't uplift anybody. It's just you want the quote unquote villain to actually be, you know, beaten down, and that's why a lot of people want to see Floyd Mayweather beaten down. I don't think Floyd Mayweather, you can see, keeps his body right, doesn't drink, does what he has to do. You can see probably deep down inside, looking from the outside, and I believe he's a good human being, good human being. But I believe, especially at this point of his career where he's retired, he don't need to play that role. He don't need to play that money-made role. It maybe sells for him, but does it sell for the human nature? Does it help society? Does that mindset help society? Yes, the mindset of go get your money and do what you have to do and fight for it. Of course, never take nothing away from Floyd Mayweather, what he's done in the ring. Never. Whoever does, don't be that much of a human that you want to hate somebody for the things that he actually did, what he had to do. He worked hard work, dedication. Yes, he worked off from the bottom. He started as a child. He earned his money by his own fist. We have to respect that. I'm always going to respect that. Always going to love that about any other fighter. But when we're talking about the greatest is he doesn't have the pulse of the people. He doesn't, people say, you heard him before and his camp say, yo, Floyd Mayweather give a lot of money. Or he helps out a lot of people. You know what? He doesn't promote that. Manny Pacquiao promotes that. So will you rather somebody promote a strip club, or you rather somebody promote giving back to the community, having scholarships so for young kids to go to college, going back to Detroit and you know, giving out waters and making the water better like Akon did in Africa, or you know, the humanitarian effort that people do, we want to know about it. That's what lifts us up. Is when you, in the end of the day, of course, when you retire, I understand he had to do to sell tickets. But at this point, he ain't trying to sell tickets. He's trying to sell survival. And that's what I like about Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is selling us surviving. Manny Pacquiao is selling us God. And that's why he gets so much respect. And of course, he's also selling us great excitement. So all around, Manny Pacquiao is considered greater because he sells us what we like and what we need, and at the end of the day, it's uplifting. You understand what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather does not uplift the mass people. Maybe the insecurity people, yes. But Manny Pacquiao, even when you look at somebody that's very successful and has done a lot and still helps a lot, he's in a position to do the same thing Floyd Mayweather is doing, but he doesn't take that position. He looks credible. He looks apart. He talks apart, and you know, a conservative human being that has his wife on the side and has his kids on the side. Of course, Floyd Mayweather has his kids as well, but not presentable like the way that Manny Pacquiao presents his family and how things should be: man, husband, children, and letting God lead the way and praising God at all times. And most people like myself, I relate to that. You know, I do relate to that, and I believe it's the right natural way for people to live. You know, especially, of course, you a man, you don't gotta marry a girl. You're a girl, you don't gotta marry a man. But at the end of the day, that is the nature of human. You know, man with a woman, beautiful kids, successful, and giving back if you can. Always having a helping hand, being humble. The humble part of Manny Pacquiao is what a lot of people like. The humble part, where in the end of his career, you already know by then, everybody know that, you know, Muhammad Ali is just a clown. He knows how to talk trash. But at the end of the day, even when he talks trash, there's no cursing. He's not calling you a P. He's not degrading you by calling you some type of body parts. It's just friendly trash talking. At the end of the day, you can see that he's a very humble person, and he likes the people, he likes the kids, and he is respected by the masses of people. Just like Manny Pacquiao, wherever he walks, they love him, and you know, it's like a king. He's like a messiah for the Philippine people. And I don't want to say the Messiah. I'm not saying he's Jesus. I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. He's just like it gravitates to him. Like they look at him and respect him, and so the way he's so humble, it relates to the people. You know, you gotta be humble when you try to be around poor people or people that doesn't have now, or the people that are less fortunate. It doesn't look like Floyd Mayweather does that, so he doesn't have the pulse of his people. We see Manny Pacquiao lose and come back strong. You know, that's a story for all. For a regular human, for an average human, there is an up and downs in their life. There is a struggle. There is a getting up. There is believing in yourself. There is doubting yourself. There is those times in your respective life where nobody really believes in you, and you got to do it on your own, and you got to get up. And it's just so much with Manny Pacquiao. And then Floyd Mayweather, you could say the same thing in his fight. But you know, he never lost. That's perfection. Now, it's a catch-22. His perfection was great. It's greatness. And I'm not going to cast nothing on that perfection of his record. But people gravitate to what relates to them. Not everybody has a perfect life. Most of the people doesn't have a perfect life. Just like Floyd Mayweather got a perfect record. People see, they don't want to see the downfall, but they love to see how you get up from being down. from losing, because we all have lost something in life. We have lost a family member, we probably lost a house, we probably lost a job. And how do we get back from it? We have lost ourselves, we have lost the faith in God. And how do we regain that? And Manny Pacquiao, you know, he defines that. He has the pulse of the people. He relates to the people. And when you relate to the people, you understand what I'm saying? That's how you gravitate. He got the pulse. He just... That's what greatness is, when you have the pulse of the people, when you're accepted by the masses of people. And that's when you can't lie to yourself. You can't call yourself you're the greatest of the people. Not everybody believes that you're the greatest, or in debates of being the greatest. You know, and of course, accomplishments speak for itself. I believe at this stage of Floyd Mayweather's career, who am I to tell him how to act or things? He's a grown man. But I believe he's in a great position to do so much good things. And the way he probably could carry himself, and the way he could give back. I know he gives back, but show how to give back. Sometimes we don't want to see how you give back, but show how people can give back. Because, hey, you know, even a person that is a thousandaire, you know, and you can save up $2,000 and go to and I've done it before. I've been to a hospital, Presbyterian hospital, one time in New York years ago, and I didn't have that much money, but you know what? I saved $3,000 one time. And I went with a bunch of toys. I went to a bunch of toys and bought a bunch of toys and took it to the children's hospital. You know? And I'm just giving back. It has nothing to do, and I'm not no rich dude. I was young. I just felt like I needed to do something. I just feel like I needed to help. And if I have the time, what I'm going to do with 3,000? Am I going to blow it up in the club? Am I going to blow it up on 100? Am I going to blow it up just buying clothes and sneakers? Of course, we can invest it, but I can invest it in giving back. People want to say, well, Manny Pacquiao's still fighting. He's invested in giving back. He's invested to giving back. You know, he's invested to being humanitarian. Sometimes we can't overlook that. So, when you invested in that, being humanitarian, that gift comes right back. That gratitude comes right back. And a lot of people appreciate it. And that's why Manny Pacquiao is the greatest of all time. And that's why nobody really talk about Floyd Mayweather like that. Because he doesn't like to show his humanitarian effort. He doesn't like to show it. It doesn't seem cool to be a humanitarian, to show it. He'd rather show the money. He'd rather show his fashion. He'd rather show his cars. He'd rather show the things that people may like from afar, but it's not what people really gravitate, you know? Just to watch, but it's nothing to respect. It's nothing to respect about a Rolls Royce. There's nothing to respect about that. There's nothing to respect about a stripper. There's nothing to respect about that. Good for you. Good, you have a business, you're investing your money, you know, you're helping out the strippers and stuff like that. But what does it do for the masses? What it teaches our youth? What it teaches us? So, hope Floyd Mayweather in his career, he changes a little bit and try to show way more of the humanitarian effort, the things that he has done, more than just this money-made character that it really doesn't do for society. It's not a positive society. It's not a realistic outlook. So that's my take. I love fighters. I love them both. I love all fighters that put their life on the line for my pure entertainment. You know, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you subscribe. Thank you for the people that's been subscribing. If you subscribe, hit the notification button. You already know, so you can get the latest videos that I posted.